Let's start with a little bit lighter note. Okay. Let's talk about the vendor onboarding process. Now, what happens most of the time when we talk about B2B marketing, B2B sales, and all, the concept came, it's like in short, we call the franchisee model, simple franchisees, okay, or my partner. Okay. Vendor means we are talking about the organization or the company which is going to help me in terms of making sales. Okay. It is not that what kind of raw material or what kind of services I am going to procure. That is also vendor, that is also partner. But here in sales management, whenever I'm talking about vendor management's partner management, it means that there is a partner, there is a small company or agency or big company, irrespective of the turnover and all, those who are associated with our company, and they become the channel partner, and they are selling goods and services of ours to the customers, and because of that they're getting certain incentives, or in terms of some sort of um, I will say the uh, commission on that. Okay. So that is the thing. Now, I think I discussed little bit on that, that consider that you are the channel head, or I will say the sales head of IBM. Now, IBM sells many goods and services, and even the servers also, blade servers and other servers also. Now, consider that you need to make the sales. Most of the time, this hardware sales, it happens through channel partners. It is not only the hardware sales. You consider that you want to take a Vodafone SIM card, Airtel SIM card, anything. Directly, you are not going to Vodafone and buying that. Most of the cases, okay, maximum cases that you are visiting small Vodafone shops or maybe Kirana shops, those who are giving you or activating the SIM card for you. Okay, that is a service which they are activating. Fine. So it is not a product and service specific, but any proprietor, any company, those who are attached to the main organization, and they're selling their services and the products. Okay. Now I'm coming back to this IBM example. IBM also is having many servers to sell, and what happens most of the cases, hardware sales happen through different channel partners. Okay. So when I'm talking about vendor onboarding process, I'm indirectly trying to tell that how the channel partners will come on picture. Okay. How channel partners, we can onboard them. Okay. For the sake of making sales of our products. Now there are different roles, different moves are there. One is that qualifying channel partner. Think that being an IBM, being a Vodafone, you want to sign up any channel partner whom you are thinking they're good. But before taking any decision, you need to understand many aspects. Okay. Like let's take an example that Pizza Hut, Domino's, KFC, if they are having any outlet within 5 kilometers of that outlet, you will not see any other another franchisee. Okay. In rare cases, you will see if it is in between the into the shopping mall or outside the shopping mall, they have little different policy. But for the sake of normal standalone franchisee or the I will say the store, they have this policy that within 5 kilometers of the radius, they will not have any another franchisee. Now this is one rule. Now why it is taken care? The reason is any franchisee, any channel partner, if they are onboarding, we need to give the territory to them to make the business. Unless until it is our loss, we are not going to capitalize their potential fully. So that is the reason this is kept. This is certain thing. Now, before onboarding any new channel partner, we need to understand whether in that particular locality the similar channel partner is already existing or not. If existing, then we should put on hold that new application. Okay. And we'll wait for that. Let's after 2 years, 3 years down the line, the existing channel partners are saying, no, I'm not interested to make any sales or be associated with Vodafone or IBM. Then we will try to find out the feasible option which we are having in our hand, or new applications of being the channel partner and the applications from outsiders. Okay. Now, this is one aspect through which we reduce the channel conflict. Okay. If new channel partners we are signing up without understanding these complications, then it will happen that I'll be happy that I'm onboarding many channel partners, but eventually it will not work. The existing channel partners, those who are working, they'll be demotivated. Okay. So that is one aspect. Now, more or less, what happens that this, if we understand, okay, fine, now, um, Vodafone divides the entire Bangalore into five different segments. One is central, one is north, south, east, west, something like that. Okay, and based on that, they onboard their corporate channel partners. So different companies are having different options on that. Now, think that once you have decided that you need one channel partner, before signing up the final document, there are many processes which we need to take care. Like first of all, that we should collect few documents. Number one document is proprietor's PAN card, uh, company's GST details. Earlier it was service tax, now GST is mandatory. Then third, bank account details, last 5 years or 3 years bank account details. Why bank account details is required? So that we can understand that that particular um, new company or channel partner is having the capability of shelling out the money or pay money to their employees and all, and it is sustainable. We also ask last 3 years balance sheet, or if he is into the current business or any new business or old business and all, we ask 3 years balance sheet of that, 3 years return of that company, so that we can understand the financial stability of that particular new channel partner. Now, what happens? Why it is basically required? This is required to ensure that once they are on board, immediately because of the scarcity of the money or not getting payment, they will not stop their business, they will not stop their operation, and they will not stop the association with Vodafone or IBM or the main parent company. Now, that is the reason what happens. Everybody, every big company, whoever signing up new channel partners, they upfront they say, look, next 6 months we will not make any profit. Look, next 6 months we will not have any break even. After 6 months only, we will start getting small revenues and break even. If I'm not wrong, KFC also says that 1 year you will not have the uh, break even, or you will not have the profit on that. If that channel partner's capability is there, he is having enough amount of money in his pocket, and if KFC understands that, okay, fine, this 1 year or 1.5 years without even revenue, without even profit, not revenue, profit, one particular new channel partner in that particular territory can survive, then only they sign up, otherwise not. So mota, if you roughly, if you understand, to take one franchisee or become a channel partner or franchisee partner of KFC, it takes 1 crore of rupees you need to have in your pocket. So the purpose is that to ensure the financial stability. Now you can ask me one thing, sir, how come it is possible that 6 months, 1 year, they're not making any revenue, not revenue, they're not making any profit, there is no break even. What kind of support then main parent companies they do for these new channel partners to onboard? Now the answer is, I'm telling you about Vodafone. So wherein I used to handle two, three channel partners out there, and our process was that we will support their channel executives or the sales executive paying 50% of the salary. Okay, who are on feet on street executives are there. Think that to run any agency, you need many feet on street executives. Those will go to the new customers, hunt for new customers, and bring the new business. Now there is a clause that that particular executive has to sell 20 new SIM cards, 20 new connections, that point of time. Okay. I'm talking about almost 15 years back or 14 years back. Now, maybe the productivity or the norms got changed. Now, considering that old concept or whatever experience I'm having, so therein what we used to support paying them 50% of the salary, provided that particular executive in that particular 1 month, single month, he has sold 20 new SIM cards of the connections. Now that gives me a cushion. Okay. So their salary used to be 8,000 rupees, that point of time, 9,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. So the moment 50% or 20 SIM cards sales is done, new connections are done, then we are supporting, Vodafone used to support paying 5,000 rupees or half, let's say 8,000, then 4,000 rupees from their pocket to support the channel partners. So in that case, two ways it used to happen. One, indirectly, Vodafone was supporting channel partners and ensuring that they are at least they're not making any financial loss in terms of uh, human resource payment and all, executives payment and all. In other way, Vodafone used to keep the control on that. Think that you are having one channel partner is having 20 executives, and 20 executive salary is 8,000 into 20, what about 1.6 lakhs? We used to pay 80,000 rupees so that we can have a control on those executives and the channel partners. So that tomorrow, if anything happens, we can have hold, we can control them. If any bad things they are doing, then we can stop them. Any good things they are doing, we can encourage. Anything, whatever parent company is directing, they're forced to apply or they're forced to obey. If it is not happening, then being a channel partner, we could stop that support. Okay. And there will be the financial loss for the channel partners. So this is the main reason. Now, if I ask you that thing that you are working in a company and you are interacting with the new channel partners, those who are going to help you in terms of new sales, then minimum these things you need to understand and keep it in your mind, that what are the documents are required, why those documents are required, because directors are very proprietors are very conservative. They will not give you their company details, their PAN card details very easily until you are justifying that why this document is required. Nobody will give, even whether the big company or small company. Okay, so you need to justify why 3 years return you are asking, why 3 years, why GST number you are asking, what is the reason, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these are the things. Now, the moment you onboard the, okay, fine. So now think that, consider that all these documents are fine. Now, what is the next step? Next step is those documents will go to the legal team. Legal team will verify that whether all these documents are proper or not, and whether he is legally suitable to tie up with us or not, or with the main company or not. If that is so, then they issue one contract, okay, vendor contract. We call it vendor contract or partner contract. And both ways they will read it, understand. Then, if they want to make any changes of the clause, it's to and fro opinion and to and fro contract. Okay. So once it is settled, then after that only one meeting happens. Say the enterprise head or CEO or the business head or the business vertical head or sales head, whoever, the sales director, he will call that particular person, would be vendor, and he will have the interaction or the interview to some extent in different way. But we do not call it interview. We say, sir, our head wants to meet with you before signing up. That's it. Okay. But what is the purpose of that? Again, that particular director will re-verify that whatever the documents, whatever the information he has provided, that partner has provided to come on board, that is genuine and proper, and that particular partner is going to support the parent company throughout. Because onboarding may be easy, but if partner is leaving, then it's a big difficulty. Okay, in process of future also. So once it is done, then partner enrolls their partnership agreement or accept their partnership agreement, and officially they become the partner, and then something happens. Now, service industries are different, and hardware, the products are different. Service industries, there is no inventory which needs to be kept, okay, by the channel partners. So there is less entry barrier, because you do not need to have huge capital to start your partnership, okay, or the franchise. But the moment I'm talking about the product intensive servers, laptop selling, printer selling, whatever, maybe huge manpower is required in terms of, let's say, restaurant business and so on and so forth. Many companies, those who are product specific, they want their main products to be kept in partners inventory, and partners, they need to pay in advance for that and to maintain that inventory. So in that case, it is capital intensive, money intensive, and if they're having money, definitely they get into that. Now, after that, this channel starts. Generally, what happens one channel when channel is on board, then one channel partner or channel manager or partner account manager, different designations, names are there in different companies and all. He or she is assigned to that particular channel so that he or she becomes one point contact in between the channel partner and the main parent company. And he or she, the channel partner, is given enough training how to handle these channels and so on and so forth and make the business and make the revenue. So this is the main thing which happens. Now, if we understood this overall process of channel onboarding and how channel performs, then let me tell you few things in terms of revenue and in terms of invoicing so that you can understand. Okay, there are two types of invoicing happens. Invoicing means how now channel partner will get the commission, how channel partner will be paid. One aspect I told that few companies they support in terms of giving or providing 50% assistance in terms of salary of the executives. That is one part. Maybe different segments, different ways are there to support in that manner. Okay, but what I am talking about now, that once that is done, how channel partners will make the money or the profit. There are two types of things. One, channel partner will sell the product from his inventory for which he has already paid to the main company, let's say IBM, okay, for the service and all, and he will bill it to the end customer. That means what? He becomes the channel partner, buys from IBM, keeps in his inventory, let's say 100 laptops, Lenovo laptops, or 100 servers differently, or printers differently. And when customer is coming, he is selling that same thing, but he is billing on his name. Sorry, he is billing from his company's letter or the billing, not directly from IBM. That is the reason whenever you go to local shop to buy any printer and laptop, you will see that even if you're buying Apple laptop, even if you're buying Lenovo, even if you're buying any other hardware, HP, the bill comes printed with or invoice comes from that particular company or the store, not from directly Apple, HP, and so on and so forth, because they have that tie-up and agreement. Now, what happens? Think that particular vendor or the channel partner bought from IBM, not IBM, let's say HP, um, 50 printers, okay, paying 10,000 rupees each. So 50 into 10,000 he has already paid. But the actual cost, actual price of that particular printer, let's say 15,000 rupees. That means almost 33.33% he has got the, what I say, discount. Okay. Now his selling price, sorry, his buying price is 10,000 and he's selling in 12,000 rupees. Think, I'm just giving example to keeping 20% margin on top of that. So that means that particular XYZ company will bill you in his invoice mentioning XYZ company of 12,000 rupees, including GST, not GST, whatever it is coming, or 5%, whatever. And that amount you will have to pay to that particular store. It's a very simple thing. So it is called indirect invoicing. Though the product is HP, though the product is printer, but in between, the vendor is billing like that. Okay. And he's getting some commission or the money or the profit out of that. That is one way. Second way is directly, even if you are selling, but the direct bill will happen from the parent company. Think that you are using Vodafone, Airtel, any postpaid connections. Though you have taken from local Kirana shop, you have activated your Vodafone SIM card, but still you will see that the invoice is coming from directly Airtel. Airtel is responsible for your services and all this in future. So these two, and because of that, once somebody sells that one, he gets certain 20%, 30% next 2 months revenue as a commission. These are two-way billing happens. Now, overall, you have understood that how channel partners make money or how channel partners get the revenue or profit out of this, right? So these are all the vendor onboarding process. Now you understand that how slowly these channels itself, they are trying to get into the conflicts. Channel conflicts are of two ways. One is internal conflict and another one is external conflict. Internal conflict is, let's discuss about the internal conflict. Internal channel conflict is think that that particular franchisee is not liking a particular process. Example, that the main company, when I was there in 2008 in Vodafone 8 to 10, that point of time, new rule came to reduce the cost, that whatever the CAF, customer agreement forms we are signing that point of time from the customer, generally what happens, all these documents, signed documents, it goes to Vodafone back office, and there 1%, 10% are there already who are scanning one by one those papers. Earlier, it was not very much automatically in 2008, something like that. Then Amdocs came and so on and so forth, right? So reduce the process and reduce the cost of that. Okay. What Vodafone introduced, that franchisees will scan and then upload in Amdocs or some certain sort of software, and hard copy will be sent to the Vodafone back office. Now, changing this process, Vodafone saved huge amount of money. That means they do not need a particular section in the back office wherein 10, 20 executives all the time will be doing only the scanning part and saving and uploading. And it's a huge, huge cost saving. Let's say 20,000 rupees simple that point of time, if those executives are getting 20 into 10, 2 lakhs per month. So yearly you can think that 2.4, whatever. Understood how many amount of money they are saving. But what was the problem from franchisees end? The problem from vendors end is they had to deploy 1% for this scanning, or somebody should be responsible from their own agency, maybe shared basis, or maybe someone will be doing that 1 hour or 2 hours of time they will be wasting in doing scanning. And second thing is, that point of time, scanner used to be cost almost 10,000 rupees. Scanner used to come separately. Okay, it multifunction printers generally we never used to buy, because we used to think that if it is coming with scanner and printer and everything, then it will start malfunction. So their thing was, now channel has to spend another 10,000 rupees, okay, for buying a new scanner, and then again another 1,000, 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees, keeping one other, executives for making Xerox and all. So this process created the internal conflict. Internal conflict means within the channel and the company, parent company. This is called internal channel conflict. One of the ways. Now, what could be the feasible ways? So this kind of complaints we many times we got. Channel partners did not introduce that concept, and then we thought that we will support paying 10,000 rupees one-time cost for buying scanner, and they were happy that kind of thing. So Vodafone paid all their channel partners 10,000 rupees, something like that, to buy the, what I will say, the scanners and so on and so forth. Okay, so that they could scan and send and follow the process. Now, this was one of the examples of the channel conflict. Many channel conflicts may happen. Think that the accounts which that particular vendor has got from the parent company to handle, okay, maybe the number of accounts are very less. Okay, maybe the territory is outside, not within the territory. So he's shelling out more executives to reach out to that particular territory and the remote location. So because of that, sales is not happening in proper manner. Okay, so many reasons may be there of having the internal channel conflict. Now let's consider what about the external channel conflict. Now you think that we explained the sales quotas. In sales quota, I have told that each and every executive should be defined, should be given a different rated. Think that Toton is handling in Bangalore, let's say Bangalore North, Pinya side. Okay, that location is Toton's location, wherein he will make his sales. He will hunt for the customers and he will make the sales. Darshan is, let's say, here nearby Kumarasamy layout and this location. It is his territory. Darshan is from handling this locality of the South Bangalore, and he got to know that in Pinia, one customer is going to give almost 1 crore order, or maybe 10 lakhs order. Start with 10 lakhs or something like that. So 10 lakhs order. That particular customer belongs to the Toton's territory. Now, ideally, Toton supposed to pick up that order, and Toton supposed to get the credit. But Darshan has good relationship with that customer. He wants to take the credit. He wants to take the order, and he wants to log in. Now, in this case, what is happening? Toton belongs to some other territory, some other channel partner. Darshan belongs to other territory, other channel partners. And when think that Darshan picks up or not picks up, I'm just giving an example. Darshan picks up that order, then it becomes an external channel conflict. That means it's a conflict in between another channel partner and another channel. Earlier, when now I can ask now it's a very good situation to think. Okay, you will see that many companies never used to follow the channel partners or partner process or that concept, that distribution channel concept. Okay, as a biggest example is Dell. Dell never used to have any channel partners. They used to sell always directly. Earlier, it used to Michael Dell when he started selling Dell laptops. It used to be one to one always. He used to knock the door. He used to go to each and every companies to show the product and then used to make the sales. That was a Dell laptop sales concept, which was the direct selling concept. And it is there since 1990, 80, something like that, 90s, something like that. Okay. But you'll be surprised that recently, 1 year back, in newspaper, I saw that Dell also changed their model from direct selling method to the partnership method, because to reduce the cost and increase inflation, increased burden for the manpower and so on. Now here comes very important things to us. One, whether companies will start selling directly, or they will have any division of sales managers directly, sales team directly, or it will be through only the channel partners. Now, if you say that direct sales has a problem burden, that is the reason companies will move to vendorship agreement or vendorship method, then for vendors itself it is direct sales. Now, then they'll be making loss. So there is a big question, big go-to market strategies needs to be made. Okay, when you are thinking about new channel partners, getting into new territories, signing up new channel partners, or handling the existing channel partners through which you are making the sales of the products, or whether you need to make a direct sales. Generally, most of the companies they keep some sort of combination of direct sales team as well as the partners team. The main reason is that if partners are not working, at least my company will survive through the channel direct sales, my sales executives. If my sales executives are dull this quarter, at least partners can bring some sales. So in that manner, company will survive. So both the things we need to take care, and we need to get into this. Okay. So we are done with the vendor onboarding process and the channel conflict. These are the main things of the channel conflict. Regarding the channel conflict, there is a very interesting case in between reseller of Apple and Apple Incorporation itself. You know that Apple organizes some, the same day launch, okay, in their new showrooms, okay, nowadays. But the concept started by a channel partner in 1990s, that point of time, 1990, 91, that point of time. That channel partner's name in USA, the channel partner, that name was Armis, ARMES, Armis Incorporation, something like that. He was the channel partner in US. So his unique method of selling Apple laptop, Macintosh desktop was the same day when Apple launches their new product, new services, and so on and so forth. The same day, same night, basically, armies used to keep one party for their customers. Those were the potential buyers. They used to come, they used to have party, and they used to buy the products and go. That was the innovative method what he used to follow during that 1992, 2000, and something like that. But what happened during the time of 2000, 2001, when new Macintosh 10 something Jaguar it was introduced and all, Apple also started selling through their showrooms like that point of time. But even if it is Apple is selling directly through their showrooms, previously also what used to happen, these armies used to keep the same day, same night parties and used to sell together. So in that manner, he used to have the huge amount of customers in his hand or buyers. But in 2001, when this new product got introduced, then hardly 50 customers turned up in his party. But he got shocked. Okay, he had to turn down that party and all. Then when he inquired, he saw or he understood, he got this evidence that Apple sent email to all the customers, potential customers or the buyers, sent official email, okay, to buy that Macintosh 10 or something that product or service directly from Apple and not from any seller, directly from Apple, simple. So that was clearly a vertical channel conflict which happened in between channel partner and the Apple manufacturer. The similar conflict, I took an example of Vodafone when they wanted to introduce this scanning machines, okay, to each and every partners and all. So what happened? Coming back to that main story again, then that point of time he couldn't do anything. Just he was unhappy and passed that message to his top management that being a channel partner, we should, sorry, being a parent company, we should not stop channel partners to sell like this indirectly. Then again, after 1 or 2 years, some flat screen, Macintosh flat screen came into the picture in the market. So same thing happened. He organized one armies, that particular channel partner organized one uh, party, but hardly few people turned down. Then when he got to know, he say he so when he inquired, he got to know that Apple directly sent a mail to all these potential buyers that there are huge stock in Apple stores, okay, of that particular flat screen. So you come and buy it from directly from Apple showrooms and all, or Apple stores and all. So he got offended and he had to shut down his business. Armies, that channel partner, had to shut down his business, and he sued a law file to against Apple of, I think, $7.5 million or something like that. Okay, so this kind of, you know, onboarding channel partner, again I said that very easy, but handling and exiting is little difficult because anybody any point of time can sue you in front of the court, and then entire life or maybe in next 5 years, 10 years, you keep fighting that particular case in the court or something like that. Okay, so this is one the real case in terms of Apple resellers. Now let's discuss about one technique which is called spin technique, selling technique. Okay, it's a technique. Again, I'm repeating it. It's not a theory. It's not a thing. It's a technique which you need to learn. Spin technique is full form of this abbreviation is situational questions, problem oriented questions, implication questions, and in for need payoff. There are the 4 different steps in this particular technique which you need to learn. Okay. Now let me explain that. Okay. So understand there is spin, SPIN, this technique. Okay. Um, S for situational questions, P for problem oriented questions, I for indicative implicative questions, and aim for need payoff. These four stages or steps you need to follow. Think that you have gone to one customer to meet and make the sales first. Please understand there are four stages which you need to follow. One is situation questions. Think that you have gone to any customer to meet. First, what you need to do after greetings and all, you need to understand what is the current situation in that particular company. So, first, once you understand the situational questions or what is the situation it is around there in their business and their new company, that company, then you need to ask what is the problem, what is the purpose of calling you there, basically. Okay, and you try to understand if that problem persists, what's going to happen. So, first is situational questions like what is happening, sir? Who are the vendors currently? You can define your own 5 6 questions, whatever you think as per the business or your company product and services. Second comes to the point of this problems. What kind of problems he is facing? Okay, problem oriented questions. Okay, that means like okay, fine. So that means you are not getting the connectivity. The answer is you. He will say yes, I am not getting the connectivity. Where you are facing the problem exactly? Is it in the last mile or you are thinking that overall network is bad? Then you will say that no, no, my building is not connected with the fiber optic. It is a last mile is copper. Maybe that is the reason. So all these problems, you should understand what he is facing because of the that what is happening. Okay, problem oriented questions. Then you should ask implicative questions. That means, okay, sir. That means, do you think that if you are not getting this service, things that connectivity is lost, then you may, uh, you know, uh, face a you know embarrassing situation in front of your CEOs. If your internet is not working or something, that means you are saying you are going to face this kind of problem, right? So he will say yes. So what I said now, implicative questions. Because of that problem, what is the implications are happening? So first is situational questions to understand to understand first is situational question to understand what is the situation in that particular customer's company and the behavior of usage, environment and all. Second, problem oriented questions. What are the problem he's facing? So you can define 5 6 different questions based on your product and services. Okay, because my product and services questions will be different, your product and services questions from different company will be different. Third is implicative questions. If that problem persists, then what is the problem, sorry, what is the implications of that? Okay, and finally is n is need payoff. That means that if you're not having connectivity or you're not taking lease line, so that means lease line gives 99.99% service of time now as per the SLA. Now if you are not taking lease line, you're using normal broadband, that means it may be possible there is no guarantee of the services. In that case, you will be facing, or your customers will be facing problem. So in that case, your customer may churn off. If one customer churns off or 100 customers churns off, it may be possible crores of rupees business loss will happen. Okay, okay, that is a need payoff. You understood what I'm saying? So that means last wala darana hai, you need to make him scared that if you're not taking our service, wherein we are fit for, okay, that means you are going to indirectly making a loss. And what is the loss? That need payoff you need to have. See, understand in any organization, you need to understand how you can predict the revenue or predict the sales. Because if you do not know how to make the sales forecasting, it is going to be a big challenge for you. There are many reasons of sales forecasting, basically. One of the reasons may be that through this company may have certain plan, okay, what they need to execute in next 1 year or 6 months or 2 years down the line. Sales forecasting always or also support in terms of future planning, short term plan, long term plan, and so on and so forth. Sales forecasting is important to know that what kind of demand is going to be generated and when, maybe 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, and so on and so forth. Because the moment you know that 6 months down the line you are going to have increased number of sales, then definitely within this period, 6 months of time, you can improve your service quality department, you can improve your production department, you can talk to your vendors for the raw materials, what you need to required, 6 months down the line and so on and so forth. Because if you need raw material immediately, no vendor will be able to give you. So these things are mostly important, and definitely sales forecasting talks about the revenue. If you interpret the sales into revenue or the numbers, it gives you the good idea about the company or the future of the company. Okay, so there may be many reasons, maybe many reasons uh, in terms of self forecasting, which is most important. But how you are going to do the forecasting in that? There are different types of methods. One is qualitative method, another is quantitative. Let's talk about something called qualitative method. Means wherein numbers are not involved that much. Okay, and in quantitative, we'll do the statistical analysis, some numbers, average, mean, median, mode, um, all of those statistical concepts. Now let's start with the qualitative techniques. There are many qualitative techniques are there, wherein one method is called as user experience method. User experience method is very easy and less expensive. User experience method is simply you are going to talk to your customers, or you would be users, or maybe you are giving some prototype of the product or services. Let them use in a smaller territory. Okay, you are giving customers, you are targeting from a smaller territory, one set of territory, and let them use that, and what kind of demand you are getting generated. That is called the user expectation. It means thing that you are doing a road show. You are doing a road show near this. I will say that let's say South Bangalore. Okay, and therein you try to understand that how many uh, prospective customers are interested and coming and checking your product, like let's say two-wheeler product or four-wheeler product. Okay, they are coming checking. You are giving them some idea. They are giving you some idea that they need, you know, electric car. They need hybrid car. They need, um, what I will say that um, clutchless car, whatever, or automatic car, or whatever. So user is giving input to you. You are trying to understand all of those things. You are making the changes in that particular product. You are going back to that particular set of users, and then you are generating the demand or the sales forecasting as per the user's expectations. Now, here one thing you should remember that the number of customers should be less. It should not be huge, because the customization is it's not possible. When we are talking about the user experience method we are using. Okay. So number of customers, number of target customers should be less. Okay, and product should be well defined. It is not that it is not well defined. You are asking a laptop, you are giving a desktop. Somebody is asking four wheeler, you are giving two wheeler. Somebody asking for four wheeler, you are giving lorry or truck, saying that it is eight wheeler. It's not like that. Product has to be predefined, properly defined, well defined, and this testing should be done in a small group of people. Okay, group of users. Then only this users experience method is successful. Okay, okay. There is another method is salesperson's method or the composite method. Salesperson's method is generally this is used in smaller startup kind of companies. I never have seen this in any big companies following this one. That it is defined by the salesperson itself. CEO is coming, asking to the sales team that, okay, fine, this month or this quarter, what do you think, how much revenue you will bring, or how much target will you do, or how many sales you will do, or how many numbers of the product you will sell. So this is basically defined by the salespeople on. Okay, so CEO comes, product head, marketing head, or sales head comes, and they take this kind of uh, thing from your sales executive itself, and based on that you may generate the forecasting for that particular period. Something happens with jury method. Okay, jury of executives method. I will call maybe 25, 30 uh, expert from that particular field, and we will ask them that, fine, tell me that how much sales can happen in next 1 year in this particular locality or state. Let's take an example of this real estate sales. In real estate sales, there's different organization bodies are there. They define what will be the price rate in particular territory, particular locality, and so on and so forth. And based on that, they say that okay, we will make sales of this much of units in next 1 year or 2 years during this period of time. So in that case, also you can have the expert stock, jury stock. Jury, you can ask jury experts that what kind of how much sales it may happen. Based on that, you are making the forecasting. Another technique is called the Delphi technique. Same thing, it's a jury method, but instead of putting all juries together in a single room and you are asking one by one, what do you think that what will be the sales numbers in next 1 year in this particular location or pan India or pan world of that particular product or service, you are asking each and every expert of the jury separately, one by one, so that one particular jury is not biased by another particular jury's reference or any talk or any advice. Let's say jury A, the expert A in a private room, he said that there will be 10 crore, I'm expecting 10 crore sales in this financial year. The same question you will ask to jury B separately in a closed room or closed place, wherein he will tell you that he is expecting, let's say, 8 crore sales in India. And another, let's say, jury C is telling 12 crores sales he is forecasting in India. So if I consider these three juries are different. They are blind. Okay, they do not know that which jury has told what, and it is your responsibility now to take an average of this 8 plus 10 plus 12 whatever divided by 3. So you can say that 10 crore sales will happen. This is the forecasting for this next financial year for this particular product and services for this local. This is the Delphi method, but Delphi method is almost equal to the jury except that blindness. Okay, same question will be asked differently to different juries separately. Okay. Uh, there is something called market test. Market test means what? When a new product gets introduced, then a small locality, small area of the market, they introduce that product, then they test it, that what is the requirement, what is the idea, what is these things and all. And then they start selling to the bigger market. The same concept started with Nirma, detergent powder. Okay. When that person started making Nirma powder, he started selling in the Gujarat itself first, Rajasthan or Gujarat itself. When it became very much popular out there, then Nirma came out from that particular locality or from particular state and started expanding their business over. So the market test is like that, that in a particular locality, small area, okay, you will start your business product or service giving that. And then you will try to understand how much sales is happening, how much acceptance market is having of that particular product and new product or service. And then accordingly, you can make a sales forecasting. Okay, fine. Next financial year, in this particular locality, it should be 10 crore. And then you can copy or apply the similar technique to some other areas. Okay, this is called a market test. Now, something which is I will say that now talk about some quantitative analysis. Now, out of this quantitative analysis technique, something which is most important is the time series analysis. Okay. Now, time series analysis is very important, and there is a formula also. The formula of the sales or sales forecast, whatever you say, equals to T multiplied by C multiplied by S multiplied by I. This is the formula. Now T is denoted by long-term variance. C is denoted by cyclic variance. S is denoted by seasonal variance. And I is denoted by irregularities. Irregularities. Okay. So the formula is sales. You can expect the sales, or you can have the sales forecasting like sales equal to T into S into I. This is the formula. T stands for long-term variance. C stands for cyclic variance. S stands for seasonal variance, and I stands for irregularities. Now let me explain you how you will be getting this numbers on that. Long-term variance means, when we are talking about long-term variance, means it's a long-term change. Means, let's say that okay, let's give an example. Let me give you an example of cyclic variance. Now, cyclic variance, when I'm talking about every cycle, means every year, same or similar month, the demand will go high or demand will go low. During Diwali time or time or festival season, you will see that November, December, or October, November, December, these 3 months, the sales of new garments, new dresses goes high. Okay, so this is a cyclic variance, means each and every year, October, November, December, due to the festival season, this will happen. This requirement will come. This is called cyclic variance. A stands for seasonal variance. That means what? Seasonal change. Like it will happen in monsoon. Okay, in summer season, you will get good mangoes. In monsoon, there will be a lot of rain, and because of that, that kind of fruits you can, as an agricultural business, you can that kind of separate fruits you can have. So the demand for those kind of fruits goes high during that, it's a monsoon season or summer season and so on. Okay, understood? Then long-term variance. Long-term variance, when we talk about long-term variance, it means that in the long term, where is the changes are expected. Generally, it is depending upon either the strategic management plan or the long-term plan of the company, or the long-term requirement of the particular, product from a particular territory. That it may be the area, it may be the pan India, it may be the worldwide, and so on. Right? Let's say that something happens in long term, which you are expecting, like 5 years down the line, you are expecting that our economy will be $5 trillion economy or more than that. And that point of time, the demand of cement, demand of let's say what I will say, the real estate will go high more, and then we are changing something. So it's a long-term concept and all, in terms of long-term business, right? And what is irregularities? Irregularities talks about, like, which you cannot predict in advance. Let's say the earthquake. Think that during corona, no, but it is an irregular thing basically. It never happened in last 100 years. So something is irregular. Something happened, earthquake, heavy monsoon, cyclone. All of those things you do not have any control and you consider as a irregularity. So all these 4 parameters, if we consider, and then we try to make the forecasting of the sales, then that technique is called the time series analysis. Now in time series analysis, one thing you remember, the name itself, it is saying, okay, the time series, it means it will be a chronological order. Like let's say 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, all these years, the data, consecutive data of the sales, it is given. And then you can make a prediction. Understood? So this is time series. It is yearly mentioned. It may be monthly. It may be day-wise. It may be anything. So that is the reason this is called time series. Time series analysis. In this time series analysis itself, there is another concept of moving average concept. Now, moving average forecasting, moving average. In that case, what happens? So let's say the value of the sales is given in 2010, that's a 2 crore. In 2011, 3 crore. In 2012, 2 crore. 2013, 5 crore. 2014, 6 crore, something like that. So when we are using this moving average technique, let's say there are many concepts. Let's say 3 years moving average, 5 years moving average technique, and so on. Consider that I'm talking about the 3 years moving average technique. That means previous 3 years I will consider for the prediction for the next year. You understood? That means I will consider 2 crore, 3 crore, 2 crore. I will take the average of these three. Let's say 2.3 crore. So I will make the sales prediction that in the year of 2013, my sales will happen 2.3 crore. Now this is the prediction. It may be possible actual is high or less and so on and so forth, but generally prediction does not go wrong. This is the hypothetical example. So it may be possible that 5 crore is high, it is showing there. But when we are making this prediction, it will be close to that. So this is the way we do the forecasting of the sales through the moving average method. Any question in this? This is a simple average moving average method of 3 years. 5 years moving average method, we will consider the previous 5 years and then we will move it. Okay. And there are different techniques as such. That's what I told you, that 3 years, 5 years. Hope you have understood. Any question in moving average? There is something is called regression method. Through regression method also, you can predict. Let's say regression equation equals to y equals to a plus bx. Now this is constant. This is sales, which we want to predict. Okay. This is the regression line. This is A, and B we can calculate. This is the tangent. So if we change one parameter x out here, and if we are having B and A in our hand, then we can predict Y, which is equal to sales forecasting. Okay. Wherein X is the independent variable. Now, what is this X? X may be anything. X may be, you can say that gross output of the product. Okay. Anything, whatever you say. You can get the value of Y. So this is called the regression method or regression correlation method, and through which you can predict the sales in advance on that. Okay. Think that one telecom company has made a sales of 2 crore in 2018, 3 crore in 2019, 5 crore in 2020, 3 crore in 2021. Now I want you to predict what is going to happen in 2022 and 2023. How will you do this? The moving average method we are using. Let's say 3 years moving average method we are using. Okay. So now think that 3 plus 5 plus 3 divided by 3. So it is coming 11 by 3, which is 3.7 roughly. Which is 3.7 roughly, isn't it? So I will say that 3.7 crore business or sales that particular telecom company can make it in 2022. Similarly, for 2023, what we will do? We will take this 3 years actual, not the prediction. Okay, this is the predicted value, forecasted value. Generally, we will take the actual value. Okay, I'm assuming that 3.7 crore was the predicted value and actual sales happened of 4 crore. So in that case, what I will do? I will take this 5 plus 3, 8 plus 4, 12 divided by 3, 4 crore. So I will say that in 2023, 4 crore sales, I am predicting, I am forecasting that that particular telecom company will do. It's as easy as it is. Okay. Clear? Now, I'm giving you a case. I'm not case, one situation. I'm reading it, hear it properly, and answer me that question. That. Okay, already?
Yes, sir.
Bell Canada is a telecommunication service company. In the late 1960s, the business planning group at Bell identified that the communication field was in the midst of rapid change that could significantly impact its future business. The company identified segments such as medicine, education, information technology, etc., that offered potential for its future growth. Before venturing into offering solutions to customers in these segments, the group wanted to forecast the potential future of these fields. However, it did not have sufficient statistical data on which to base the forecast. Which method should the group adopt for forecasting sales? Sales executive status we will do when we are having the sales executives on board. But here in this case, they are thinking that there is a growth of these different sectors. So that means what we will do, we will use the jury method. We will call the experts from different fields like information technology, education, and medicine. Differently. We will ask the same question: what kind of sales forecasting can happen? What kind of sales in this particular locality it may happen? They will tell you something, and you take the average of. Or you ask them Delphi, use the Delphi method. You ask them separately. Okay, you ask them separately one by one, and then you take the average on all of those, and you take the percent that, and you get the sales account. So it is clear that if you do not have the numbers, if you do not have the, what I will say, statistical numbers or the parameter, numbers with you, then you cannot make the time series analysis, nor you can use any quantitative method. It has to be qualitative method only. Okay. Another question, objective type question, you answer. Suggest a suitable forecasting method for a company which wants to accurately forecast its sales based on the sales of the previous 3 years. Suggest a suitable forecasting method for a company which wants to accurately forecast its sales based on the sales of the previous 3 years. Option A, Salesforce composite. Option B, correlation analysis. Option C, moving average method. And option D, time series analysis. Okay. Now, if I ask you directly or indirectly that can I make the forecast of sales or certain forecasting of demand, even if we are not having the sufficient data in our, even if we do not have sufficient data in our hand, can I make the sales forecasting? Expert method, Delphi method, all of those things. Actually, this test method, whatever I told you, user method, user testing method. When long back, Clinic Plus, the first shampoo in India, when they started business, they wanted to have the testing of the market, and they came up with sachet, 1 rupee sachet. That point of time, 50 paise sachet. I can remember. Clinic all clear, Clinic Plus, uh, Chick. These kind of shampoos came later. But first, Clinic Plus came with this, that one sachet. They were testing. They were giving free of cost to the users there in Mumbai, and they then tested. Then they did the sales forecasting, and then they introduced the sachet. So that was the user experience method. Generally, sales people or the marketing people will use. Uh, if I ask you that, I told you 2, 3 reasons of importance of the sales forecasting. Can you tell me whatever 2, 3 other reasons of sales forecasting which company should do? So now this concept you can use anywhere. Even this concept you can use, okay, in your team also. That in your team, Shailesh, Darshan, Totan, Divya is there, Chandan is there. And last 1 year, performance is chronologically, first month, January, February, March, April, May, June, whatever, is this revenue they have brought. You can use this 3 years or 5 years, not then it will not be 3 years, it will be 3 months moving average method. So use 3 months moving average method or 5 months moving average method, and you can actually predict that next month how much he is going to do or how much target he is going to achieve. So this concept, it is not only for sales forecasting. You can have sales forecasting, demand forecasting, performance forecasting, anything, whatever you need to focus. You need to focus based on this chronological data or the time series data. This you can apply. Okay. Now let's talk about one case study, which is related to the not related to, but about the Khan Academy. Khan Academy. Now, Academy was started by Mr. Salman Khan. Now, this Salman Khan is not our famous actor Salman Khan. This Salman Khan is basically Bangladeshi citizen. He does not stay in Bangladesh. He stays in US, but basically not Indian, Bangladeshi. So when he came back after almost 15, 20 years from US, when he visited Bangladesh, he saw poverty is there. People are not, but the children, they are not able to study because of the money, and all of those things are there. So that is the reason he started Khan Academy, one free online website or academic platform wherein needy and privileged, underprivileged children, they can learn the education, they can get the education. And what they have done, they did it in such a way that first standard to 12th standard or 10th standard, for all subjects, one videos are there, one courses are there, and some professors have taught that, teachers have taught that, it is recorded, and so on and so forth. So think that one poor child, he cannot go to the school, but in spite of that also, he can open Khan Academy online and he can study. The question remains same, that if he is poor or she is poor, then how come he or she can afford internet and mobile, internet and computer? Okay, so that means the target segment is not of them, those who are really underprivileged or really poor or very poor. The target segment is little bit who they can have mobile or internet or laptop or computer and so on and so forth, or at least in a communicative hall, or what I say, that village community hall or something wherein they can explore all of those things. Now the beauty is this is the model and this is a free model. Please understand. Now, if it is a free model, it needs money. Now you think that this is an NGO. So for the timing, they are getting huge amount of money. That's okay. So think that you have got a job there in Khan Academy, the chief marketing officer, and the particular job is now to not branding and all, how you can generate the revenue so that that company can sustain and reinvest in that particular company. So now let's consider and understand the term of freemium, and then we will add the concept of premium. Now there are many services which is freemium. Why you are facing problem for Khan Academy to generate revenue? Because the target segment is poor and underprivileged children and those people. Because you know that you cannot generate any revenue from the users, isn't it? Now, little bit for the sake of discussion and all, focus the concentration from Khan Academy to Google. Now, Google also is giving you free. Gmail, are you paying? The answer is no. You are having Gmail account? The answer is yes. So if you count maybe 30 crores people across the globe, they are having Gmail account free of cost. Companies making payment from their pocket to maintain the server, to maintain the software, first class connectivity, videos, and all of those things. Correct? This concept is called freemium. Freemium. I'm sorry. This concept is called free concept. Okay. Second concept is, and second, another example is, let's say Dropbox. Dropbox also, if you're opening any account, up to 2 GB, you'll be getting free storage. And then it will be chargeable and so on. So up to 2 GB, free. So it's a free software, free service, free server which you are using, cloud you are using, correct? Then the concept, now think that for free, you are having 30 crores customers. But how you are going to generate the revenue? Now these companies are going to generate the revenue with the premium services. What is the premium service? That if you are using more than 2 GB in Dropbox, you pay 1,000 rupees per month. I will give you up to 1 terabyte. Similarly, in Google also, you must be seeing, because in most of the cases, my email ID is almost 20 years old, Gmail. So that is the reason that box is full. They give only 15 GB. And 15 GB is full. So every time I get message that you pay 300 rupees every month and you take 100 GB. 300 rupees per month you pay, and or whatever, 100 rupees, 200 rupees you pay per month, and you'll be getting 100 GB free storage. So therein they are making money. And you'll be surprised. Okay, 30 crores if there is a free customers, they're having almost 15 to 20 crore paid customers. Those who are paying Google, per month, 300 rupees, 200 rupees for having 100 GB. Similarly, the exact data I don't have, but still for, I will say this, this storage, Dropbox. They're having almost 10 crore free customers, but equally they are having 3 crores paid customers and all of those things. LinkedIn, Facebook, everything is there, right? So one concept is free and one concept is premium. Now then why free came and why premium came and why freemium is coming into the picture? Now free came to attract the users. First, I am introducing one product and service. I do not have any user. I do not know what is going to happen. I do not know about my product acceptance and all. And I am giving it free to everybody so that people can start using and get addicted. That is free. Now the challenge is premium. So premium also you are selling, few customers are doing, but there is a limitation. Now freemium comes into the picture when you are converting free customers into premium customers. Then it is called freemium. You are also getting free, you are also premium. You got the concept? Think that today I am existing user of Google, Gmail. If today, because of my certain requirement of cloud storage, I'm paying 200 rupees every month, and I'm getting, let's say, 100 GB usage, this thing. Then what is that? Free usage also I'm doing, plus also some premium portion also I'm using. And I became, in that case, the conceptually, I'll be called as premium customers or premium customer. Understood? Now the same thing happens each and every company. You see that whenever new service comes, they will say, download the app, download the app, download the app. They will not tell you to buy the product, buy the service. And download the app, download that. Once you download the app, then you start addicted of using that thing. And then they will try to push you the premium services. So that free customers can be converted and paying something to premium accounts. This is a worldwide concept which is going in sales nowadays. Nowadays, no company comes directly and say, "Oh, you don't know about our product? Pay me first and then you use." Not no, nobody. Even Microsoft also give 15 days, 20 days, 30 days trial for Office 365 and so on. So no company, as of now, whatever except product, no service companies are giving or selling you directly without giving the hands-on experience or usage of that particular service. Right? So this is a concept and cases of free, premium, and freemium. All about this integrated marketing communication mix. Basically, this is a part of marketing, but I thought that this will be important when I'm explaining you the sales and distribution, because in sales, what happens, unless or until the communication is proper, you cannot make a sales. And there are different methods of having this communication related to the sales. Now, herein we have identified almost 8 marketing communication tools. If you talk about the advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, direct marketing, mobile marketing, social media marketing, public relations, and sponsorship. These are all marketing techniques, out of which few are definitely it's related to sales. Now let's talk about, or let's understand this entire concept. Taking one particular example of Land Rover, and how Land Rover as a company, they are using all these 8 marketing techniques to attract their customers and making sales. Now, if you see this advertisement right hand side, whatever it is mentioned, it's talk about very simple. Our return policy is simple. You will return. Now, uh, how beautifully it is represented. That one car, Land Rover car, is within the forest, and the policy is very simple. They are ensuring the product quality is so robust that you will return to your home. So this is one kind of, I will say, that advertising, appealing advertising, which Land Rover uses to attract the customers. And definitely, one picture, one or two sentences are more than enough to attract many large audiences or the prospective customers. Beautiful. Now let's talk about the next one. When I'm talking about the sales promotion, you will see that many point of time in online or offline, companies, they give the sales promotions, or they run the sales promotion activities. This is this is the example of whatever it is going on through online promotions by Land Rover Canada, wherein you can see they're giving a cheaper rate of interest when you are buying the uh, Land Rover. Okay, uh, different models, different number of different interest rate, different benefits. Everything it is represented there. It is online. So this is one kind of sales promotion example, which basically the Land Rover is doing across the globe. Basically, it is in Canada. Similarly, we have many similar things also. Now let's talk about this personal selling. Personal selling means when a person is involved into selling a certain product. Now herein we are talking about the Land Rover dealers. You know that all these four-wheelers, they sell through the dealers because of whatsoever agreement and the sales methodology, or the technique they are using. Okay, therein you can see that Land Rovers are having many premium dealers. Okay, across India, those who are basically the salesperson of Land Rover, and they are day in day out, they are interacting with the customers. Here one example, you can see that in Land Rover showroom, that Karthikeyan. Okay, These two Land Rover executives are selling one car to this new customer. Similarly, another one, Jaguar, Land Rover, whatever it is mentioned there, another premium dealer, they are selling this car to them. So when I'm talking about the personal selling means when the sales is happening personally. One individual salesperson is communicating to another prospective customer and making the sales. That is basically the personal selling. Okay. Now, next very important and interesting is direct marketing. Now, direct marketing concept comes anyway. But you please understand how Land Rover, very tactfully, very interestingly, they are using this marketing technique. One technique, what they are using, they are trying to connect the, I will say the festivals, okay, with that particular community. Now, think if you see this advertisement, whatever Land Rover is giving, it is the Easter day or during the Easter they make it. Now, why in this advertisement you see that some eggs are there? Okay, uh, I personally didn't see, but if you ask any Catholics or Christians during this Easter day hunt, what they do, they hide eggs somewhere in the garden and all, and the children they go and try to find out these eggs. So this is the practice, whatever this Easter day hunt they do, and to connect that emotion to the brand, that connect that connectiveness, understanding of the customers with the brand Land Rover, they have used this kind of technique, wherein you can see there are a pack of eggs. Someone is picking up that egg. Somebody will hide somewhere, and that Easter hunt process will start. So this is one of the classic and good example of, I will say, the direct marketing. There is another direct marketing example happens when somebody is selling emails, directly sending the letters to the prospective customers and all. And that in that case, it is also a direct marketing happens when a company directly interacting with the customers. So in that case, direct email marketing is also a part of. And if I search Land Rover, see multiple Land Rover advertisements have come, emails have come. Land Rover biannual newsletter, Land Rover Evoque, Land Rover Evoque, okay, embrace the impossible, and so on and so forth. So I'm clicking someone. See, this kind of direct marketing, direct emailing, Land Rover is doing directly. See, so if you see, it is email ID. If you see that reply at Jaguar Land Rover mail.com, is directly coming from Land Rover. And see, there nothing is mentioned, no reply. You can reply basically. If you want to do something, you can reply this mail. So this is the direct way. If someone is interested, they can actually reply to this mail, and their salesperson, sales executive may be in touch with them. Similarly, in Land Rover, there is other campaign also you can see like this Evoque. See, same info at, this is I think from third party they have sent. See, Range Rover Evoque. Okay, so this is the basically this is the way, maybe directly sending email, directly sending posters, directly sending flyers, directly talking to the people. This kind of marketing when they are doing for the sales purpose, then we call it this direct marketing. And wherein Land Rover, I showed you the proof also that they are doing through email also, flyer also. This is the classic example of, I think, newspaper. They gave it this one Easter hunt advertisement in newspaper and so on and so forth. Now, when I'm talking about the mobile marketing, whenever whatever we are doing, uh, generating sales leads through mobile, this comes under the mobile marketing. Wherein you can see that Land Rover is doing also the mobile marketing through mobiles and all, different aspects. Social media marketing. When Land Rover is present in almost every social media platform, it may be Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe LinkedIn, maybe Twitter, whatever. So if I see the statistics in terms of platform versus followers, YouTube, they are having 825K users, subscribers or users, whatever. Facebook is having this much, almost what, 1.6 crore. In Instagram, they are having Land Rover is having 8.8 million followers. Twitter is having 903,000 followers. And LinkedIn is having almost how much? 8 lakhs followers about. So what does this mean? It means that even social media platform also, nowadays social media platform, nobody can ignore. Okay. It means that Land Rover as a company, a so robust company, long time they are in the market, but still they are present in social media and these are their followers. And through that also, they are doing social media marketing to generate the leads for the salespeople to make the sales. Next is public relations. Now, herein, let me talk about something difference between advertising and public relations. So, advertising, we have seen that somebody is giving advertisement. First, here in this case, Land Rover, we talked about. We showed one photo picture wherein it is mentioned that our return policy is simple, you will return. That is the advertising, thought provoking, 2 sentences, done. Now, then, what is this public relation? Now, the difference between public relation and advertising is advertising is paid promotion, and public relations are not paid. Okay, maybe through reporters conference, maybe in certain conference the big shot of the company is present. Okay, and he's talking something and all of those things. So before that, okay, this is a social media marketing, another example. You can see that I took it from LinkedIn, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So then you can see that how many big shots, big people, the princes of the royal family, okay, they are associated with the Rolls Royce. And this kind of advertisement, this kind of pictures, they are circulating in the social media to prove you, to give you the confidence that if you are buying Land Rover, it is trusted by royal families. So don't worry, we are there for you, right? Now, when I'm talking about this social media, see, this is another set of example on taken from Facebook, wherein you can see that elements of choice, choose between Versailles blue as Zadar gray or whatever you want to. This is one kind of advertisement through the social media also. Now, whatever I was talking about the public relations, now public relations is a relation is not paid. So advertisement will be done, but without paying anything. When the big shot of the company, okay, big shot of the company, they are talking something about the product. It may be past, it may be about future, it may be the current one, present one, whatever they want to introduce, and so on and so forth. Then lot of reporters present there, they circulate, they write a report on that, and then people come to know. Then it is getting viral through YouTube, social media, and so on and so forth. And then publicity happens. And that is the reason this public relation came into the picture. Let's see what this Ratan Tata, uh, sharing that when Jaguar Land Rover he was buying, what was the experience and so on and so forth as a part of PR.
Before I sit down, I just thought I'd share with you the experience I had with Jaguar Land Rover when we bought it. We bought it, and that's too long a story, when Ford decided to sell. And my friends sort of distanced themselves from me by saying, "What are you going to do with this?" Quite frankly, I didn't know. And that refrain changed from "what are you going to do with this" to "how stupid could you be to buy this?" So, eventually, my first meeting with the workers at Coventry and JLR was a horrible question. What are you going to do with this plant? Are we going to close down some of the plants that we have? We're hardly using the capacity. And I just had no way to say that I knew what we were going to do. So finally, I stood up and said, why don't we do this? Why don't we shoulder to shoulder recreate the image that these two brands had and reignite the power of those two brands? I'm pleased to say that I did nothing more. The team at JLR, led by Ralph, who has been the leader that I think deserves this award more than me, and the team at JLR just made a huge difference in this company. And today, if I'm here to receive this award, I would like to say that I receive it with humility on behalf of Ralph and the team at JLR, who are truly the deservers of this award. But as the award can't be given to 20,000 people, I accept this on their behalf, and thank you, sir, for making this possible. It's a great, great honor for me. Thank you.
If you like the video,
The moment, Ratan Tata said something, it is recorded, it is published, it is written, published in different newspapers, magazines. The moment he said these things, the video was done, circulated in YouTube. People got to know about something Land Rover from the owner of the Land Rover, how he acquired, what was the mindset, and so on and so forth across the globe. So this is the free public advertisement, or I will say publicity is going. So this is a part of public relationship. So you please understand the difference between advertisement and public relation. Advertisement is paid, but public relation is not paid. This is done by the top management of the company. And it may be long term. It does not talk about any advertising as such, but it is long term. Public relation is such a strong domain, or the, I will say the part of the company or the department of the company, wherein it takes starting from what kind of dress code employees should follow for a particular company. Starting from that level to any level it can go. So public relation department takes care of all of those things. Fine. And next, I would like to talk about the sponsorship, because through sponsorship also we generate sometimes sales. Now sponsorship, you can see that rugby here, you can see the worldwide partner of Rugby World Cup, Land Rover. Yeah, so that is one kind of sponsorship example. Then similarly, then Range Rover, Land Rover, they are the sponsors of this Rugby World Cup and other things. So sponsorship may be anything, and herein it is paid. That means you are paying something to that particular event, wherein in that event, your presence as an logo or some sort of memento, it should be there, which will be visible by all the audiences, so that you can attract audiences for your what I will say, the product and services. So this is in a holistic manner. Hope you have understood that how a company can use the IMC integrated marketing communication tool, wherein advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, direct marketing, mobile marketing, social media marketing, public relations, and sponsorship is involved. How a company can utilize all of these tools to make better marketing, branding, and can attract new customers for their sales. And herein we have understood, taking one example, Land Rover, all these things, so that, I thought that you should not get confused. You should not get confused if I take multiple examples for multiple these tools and all. So herein you can understand that how a single company can utilize all these 8 tools and can make the difference. Right? So this is the overall, in short, it is not a part of sales, but for your understanding, you can understand, you can see that there are 5 steps of integrated marketing communication planning process when it starts with identifying the customers and the prospect. Unless until you understand what is your prospect customers, whom you are going to target, whom you are going to sell, then it's very difficult. So first step is you need to identify who will be your customers, who are your prospects, and so on and so forth. Once it is done, it goes to the second stage, which is the valuation of customers' prospects. That means, okay, fine, you are targeting maybe 30 years above, but who is valuable to me or who is valuable to you? That means who is going to buy your product, okay, and what is the worth of that customer, okay. So that we need to do the valuation of the customers of the prospect, right? Then third, you can talk about the creating and messaging and incentives, that whatever message you have prepared, that our return policy is simple, you will return, or many things, whatever, very nice, good things. And we have seen that advertisement also, we have seen direct marketing, emailer also, how they're utilizing these tools and making a differences. So you need to create the right message and the right incentive for this, okay. Now when I'm talking about creating message for for marketing purpose or the sales purpose, it should be thorough, it should be proper, it should be accurate, okay. That means whatever you want to communicate to your prospective customers, they should understand, there should not be any ambiguity. Now the example whatever I gave it to you, that our written policy or Land Rover is using, our written policy is simply written simple, it is well understood that the product quality is very high. Wherever you are in the village, wherever you are in the forest, wherever you are in the mountain, you will come back. Simple, you will return. There is no problem with that. So the message is very clear. So when you are creating marketing plan or the sales plan, is most important that what I will say that your messaging will be clear and clearly it will be communicated. Fine. Now, next step, fourth step is estimating return on consumer investments. Okay. Now, it means what? That means I understood that I am investing certain amount of money in terms of marketing, in terms of processing, setting up sales distribution channel, sales process, and so on and so forth. But what is my return? What is my return on that? Whether the sales is happening enough so that I can carry on that marketing process, messaging, and all of those things or not. So we need to understand what is the investment, whatever we are getting, and what is the return on investment we are getting. So herein we'll be calculating on the customer specific, consumer specific. Now, the moment I'm talking about the consumer specificity, it means that estimating how much return we are going to get from a particular consumer or the customer when you are doing the investment. Yeah, very simple. Let's say that Rolls-Royce has a policy that if you buy a car from them, you need to do the service for your rental life of the car from Rolls-Royce itself. It means what? They are only not selling the product, but they are selling the service component to you also. And in their service agreement, the moment you are buying the Rolls-Royce, you will have to sign up a service agreement. In that particular service agreement, it is clearly mentioned, it is clearly written that if you by chance, for a one time also, any point of time, you do servicing your Rolls-Royce vehicle other than the Rolls-Royce service partners to anyone else, then immediately the service contract, whatever Rolls-Royce is having with you, it will be terminated, it will be cancelled, and in future, you will not be able to resell your uh, Rolls-Royce car through them also. So what they do, Rolls-Royce offers also the resale policy. Now think that you want to sell your car, old car, 5 years, 10 years down the line, and then you can go back to them and you can have a good, resale value. Because what happens throughout this customer's life cycle, throughout this particular Rolls-Royce products or cars life cycle, starting from starting from product to even servicing also, it is there under the control of the manufacturer, which is Rolls-Royce. And that is the reason whenever the resale happens, then they also give you, or you also get a better advantage or the resale value out of that. Okay. So now if I'm trying to understand that what will be the return on investment on particular customer, that in that case, let's say that in 2 crore product, you have got example, I'm just giving 25 lakhs profit or income on that, and through service every month or every year you are getting another 1 lakh rupees from them or 2 lakhs rupees from them. So then let's say 10 years is average product life cycle one particular customer is using. That means in 10 years 2 lakhs, I'm just giving example, 2 lakhs into 10, 20 lakhs plus 2 crore, out of which 50 lakhs is the profit. So selling a 2 crore product, you are getting 50 lakhs plus uh, how much you will say that 2 lakhs into the 20 lakhs, 70 lakhs profit out of this. Okay, or not profit, the revenue, more revenue generating. So return on investment is much higher when you are taking care of these whole things. So whenever we are making this planning process, the first, whatever we are planning, that's okay for the customers and the prospect and all. But return on investment from the consumers, this is also most important. And the final stage is budgeting, allocation, and evaluation. Now, what is this? Budgeting means in any company, budget happens generally, March and April this month. That means sitting that point of time, the entire company is making the budget for next 1 year. So that means for marketing process, marketing communication, marketing process, sales process, how much budget we have got. Now, if you remember that in sales budget, we have discussed about the sales budgeting. Here, the concept is little different because sales is a part of marketing. So when I'm talking about the marketing budget, it is a little bit overall gamut of the marketing. Okay, not only the sales. Sales is a part of marketing. Marketing means everything: sales, promotion, advertisement, okay, branding, many things are there. So first, you need to, as a company, as a marketing head, you need to allocate the budget. You need to clarify the budget. You need to get the budget approved. Once it is done, then you can allocate that approved budget to different heads. Like for sales budget, when we took example that I said that being a sales head, you are going to do the negotiation with your sales director or CEOs that look, this time, we will have roll out the incentive for this sales team. So I need, 50 lakhs rupees for that. 3 nights, 4 days, we'll be going to Dubai or Singapore if those people or my team is performing or something like that. So many things are there. So sales budget is there. Similarly, the marketing budget. Wherein once budgeting is done, then allocation has to be there. So that means being a sales head, when you are saying that I need 1 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or 50 lakhs rupees for my team's refreshment, or to motivate them, we will go to Dubai or Bangladesh, sorry, Singapore, Sri Lanka, wherever you want to go, America. Then in that case, that being a marketing head, that portion will be allocated from the budget, marketing budget, to the sales budget, to the sales, okay, sales team, which sales team is calling that particular 50 lakhs rupees as a sales budget for them. Okay. And then we'll evaluate. Means every quarter, every month, every quarter, that evaluation should happen. That, okay, fine. Whatever budget I have created, whatever budget I have allocated into different things like sales promotion, sales budgeting, advertising, PR, whatever I have done it, allocated it, whether it is getting used, or I will say the right word is whether it is getting utilized in a proper manner or not, so that we can see if there is any issue, we can change the strategy immediately, or we can take a correctable uh, you know um, actions immediately on that. So here in the fifth phase or the last phase of the process is budgeting, allocating, and definitely after allocating, we need to do the evaluation to check whether it is happening in a proper manner or not, if any changes are required, so that we can take a measurable step immediately. So there are total 5 stages wherein identify customers and prospects, valuation of the customers and the prospects, creating a message and the incentives, estimating return on consumer investment, and budgeting, allocation, and evaluation. These are total 3 different steps together Okay, wherein one complete IMC planning process comes, wherein sales part is a part of this IMC process, sales communication and so on and so forth. Right?